What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Stupid Thieves Caught on Camera. This is made by the same person that made all the dumb ways someone has off themselves on the earth, and so on. And as you can see, I got better angling this time. Yep. Sorry I still can't get the computer thing working. This is the best I can do. And I'm sorry this is going to be uploaded around noon. Making these things this way is a literal pain. To the point that editing them is going to be almost impossible to do. And I honestly want to get these videos out as soon as possible so that you guys can have something to enjoy watching. So yeah, I'm sorry these videos this week are coming out later than they should. Tomorrow's video should be out very early, so no problems there. So with this said, I hope that you all enjoyed this reaction video. And if you do, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button to be notified immediately when the video comes out. So with this said, let's start this video.
If a successful thief is a smart thief, then just what exactly do you call this? Or this?
Idiots.
Well, I'd call it thieves being incredibly dumb, and it turns out a lot of thieves out there are firmly within that category. And the best part? There's a whole lot of video and photo evidence to prove it. So let's return to
I hate to be them.
crime, looking at T-Rex robbers, getaway goofs, and makeshift masks, as we check out some more stupid thieves that were caught on camera. Okay, we're coming in hot with a hilarious criminal escapade that, I can't lie, really got me giggling. In October 2023, a criminal from Warsaw, Poland decided to hide inside a mall until it closed so he could rob a jewelry stand after all the security guards had gone home. The plan sounds pretty logical, but instead of hiding in a storage closet or under a table, the thief decided to test his acting chops by stealthily climbing into a clothing store's window display and posing as a mannequin. Incredibly, the plan worked, and the store workers and security guards closed the mall without realizing that one of the mannequins was actually a man. At this point, the thief left the window and attempted to rob the jewelry stand, but he was spotted by a night security guard who was tasked with patrolling the mall after it closed. The man hadn't considered that the mall might be guarded overnight, and when this security guard detained him and called the cops, the thief was arrested and charged with burglary. Best of all, his photos from the mall CCTV were shared with the world for us all to enjoy. Nice posing, genius. The perfect crime requires the perfect disguise, and a criminal's wardrobe is usually stocked with balaclavas and Halloween masks that they can use to conceal their identity.
Doesn't seem right, but okay.
The thief decided to get creative while choosing their disguise, thinking outside the box. Kinda.
Huh? What the frick?
This security footage shows the moment that a man from Miami Gardens, Florida attempted to rob a phone repair store while wearing a cardboard box without any eye holes. The thief struggled to literally rob the store blind, so he momentarily removed the box for a look around. This allowed him to steal 19 iPhones and $8,000 from the store, but it also allowed the police to identify him as a frequent offender called Claude Vincent Griffin Jr. before tracking him down and arresting him. The box-headed bandit was forced to swap his cardboard box for a pair of handcuffs, but in Claude's defense, at least he tried to conceal his identity. However, some stupid thieves don't even bother wearing disguises. These young offenders from Miami Beach took teenage stupidity to a new level, deciding to steal a package in front of a doorbell camera. One of the criminal masterminds attempted to block the doorbell with his body, but his teenage frame was too skinny, so you can still clearly see his friend steal the package in the background. However, the clip has received thousands of views online, so hopefully their parents saw it and grounded them until they become law-abiding citizens. The viral video is pretty embarrassing, but those kids aren't the only thieves who've been shamed on the internet.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I mean, there's a bunch of teens around this age that actually do this kind of thing for poop and giggles. Trying to get back on the swearing. But yeah, you get the point. They do it for the literal thrill of it, because they can, because they want to, because they just feel the need to and whatnot. It's honestly annoying. Honestly annoying. You gotta be effing kidding me.
This video from 2017 shows the moment that a burglar used brute strength to break into the window of an open garage. Pure comedy. This stupid criminal could have simply walked around the front of the garage to get inside, but in his defense, lots of thieves struggle with breaking and entering. And it's the smooth, stealthy entrance part that these next two had some issues with.
In all honesty, the guy that tried to break into that open garage could have just been the owner. Just wearing a disguise to make it look ridiculous. I mean, it is possible if you think about it. Some people would do anything for views. What the frick am I looking at? They're just... What? Do they think this... Well, Do they think this is Mission Impossible or something?
Two thieves attempted to rob a pizza restaurant in Houston, and after breaking into the building, they dropped to the ground and started rolling across the floor in an attempt to avoid the security cameras. The thieves probably felt like they were in a heist movie, dodging lasers while performing an elaborate bank robbery. However, they failed to notice that one of the restaurant's CCTV cameras was trained on them the entire time, capturing this hilarious footage. According to the owners, when the rolling bandits finally got to their feet, they managed to find the restaurant safe in a back room. However, they couldn't get it open, and 15 minutes later they left the store empty-handed, leaving the pizza joint without any dough. Unlike tasty slices, delicious justice wasn't on the menu that day because the police never identified or caught the men. However, this video was shown on the local news and it's amassed over 50,000 likes on Twitter, serving the criminals with a heavy dose of the most potent punishment of all, online shame. Those bungling burglars managed to roll away without getting caught, but usually criminals that are that stupid don't get away with it. Check it out.
What the frick?
This thief from the Czech Republic was wanted for a string of robberies when a policeman in Prague saw him walking around the city. As the cop gave chase, the criminal cut into a subway station, and it looked like he was going to escape until he ran the wrong way up a moving escalator. As the thief tried to battle against the moving stairs, the pursuing policeman simply waited patiently at the bottom. As the criminal ran and ran without making any progress, the pursuit must have felt like a living nightmare. But he had a rude awakening when he eventually stopped exhausted and the escalator carried him straight into the arms of the law, where he was arrested and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Well, he'll have plenty of time to work on his cardio on the inside. That criminal
I
didn't
mean,
manage
not
to evade
wrong.
the cops on foot, but maybe he would have had more success if he'd managed to find a getaway car. Or maybe not.
The bib. What the frick is wrong with people?
A man from Madrid stole a car and attempted to evade the police by driving into a train station and up a staircase. It was like a scene from the Italian Job, but the stolen vehicle was a heavy sedan, not a nimble Mini Cooper, so it ground to a stop halfway up the stairs. At this point,
So let me get this straight. A thief decided to steal a car, go down the subway with it, try to use it to go up another exit from the subway. I didn't even consider the fact that that car might not even be able to do it. The stupidity that people bring. I swear.
The thief reportedly attempted to get out and escape on foot, but the staircase's railings blocked the doors, trapping him until the cops arrived and arrested him. But that stair climber isn't the only criminal who handled their getaway vehicle poorly.
Idiot.
Yeah, it's done. You're done. You're done. Cops is coming. Cops is coming. You need to get the wheels on the ground.
This is just sad.
The police are coming. Just forget it.
This porch pirate was attempting to steal a package in Mississauga, Canada, when the homeowner caught him red-handed. The criminal attempted to escape in his compact Toyota, but he accidentally reversed straight onto a giant pile of snow. Toyota's slogan is "Let's go places," but as the car's tiny front wheels lifted off the ground, the criminal wasn't going anywhere, giving him no chance of escape as the police arrived and arrested him. That criminal should have chosen a more powerful
Idiot.
car to make his escape. But hey, at least he remembered to fill up with gas. In 2011, Rose Devlin and Denise Egan shoplifted $480 worth of alcohol from a store in Manchester, England, before loading the drinks into their getaway car. However, as the duo tried to make their escape, they discovered that they'd forgotten to fill their car with gas before committing the crime, and their fuel tank was totally empty. Instead of abandoning their stolen goods, they decided to perform the slowest getaway ever by pushing the car to a nearby gas station. At this point, the duo were able to fill the car up and escape. However, the embarrassing ordeal was caught on the gas station security cameras, and the cops used the footage to identify the criminals and arrest them for robbery. Now let's move from cars to bikes as we check out a criminal who tried to steal a bicycle from a difficult target.
Alright, let's see how this one F's it up. I see. It's locked into a railing. Yeah. Oh, no. Keep going. You're gonna beat the lock. Idiot. It's even dumber that he decided to go to a police station.
A criminal from Oregon called Adam Valet attempted to steal a bike from the Gladstone Police Department's bike rack. According to the officers that arrested Adam, this security camera is linked to a screen in the station, so the cops inside literally watched on as Adam walked up to one of their bikes and broke its lock. At this point, all they had to do was leisurely finish their donuts before strolling outside and giving the criminal a short trip to one of the station's cells. Adam was arrested less than a minute after committing the crime, but he isn't the only criminal who received some instant justice.
Alright. What?
2015, porch pirates from Concord, California attempted to steal a package from a local resident called Ken Jensen.
Concord?
However, as the thief tried to
Wait, hold on. Was
the
that...
package,
Did it say Concord? I didn't get the name right.
2015, porch pirates from Concord, California attempted
Oh, it
to
is
steal
Concord.
a package from a local resident called Ken Jensen. However, as the thief tried to escape with the package, Ken burst out of the house and gave chase. The thief dropped the box, but Ken wasn't satisfied and he continued to sprint to the car before reaching through its window and stealing the passenger's purse. The criminals drove away, but the purse that Ken stole contained ID, so when he called the cops, they were able to track the thieves down and arrest them the very same day.
Wow.
When in town, the criminals of Concord need to be on the lookout, lest they find themselves receiving a heavy dose of merciless vengeance. Let's move from bike thieves and porch pirates to something a bit more serious.
Okay,
In
how
Hollywood
serious?
movies, bank heists are generally performed by criminals that are intelligent, athletic, and incredibly well dressed. However, this next thief proves that real bank robbers aren't always as suave as George Clooney. This stupid criminal started his bank heist by threatening the bank teller and asking her to hand over some money. However, the teller was able to press a button that activated a fast-rising security screen. At this point, the criminal gave up and attempted to escape, but he found that he couldn't open the bank's door.
Isn't it
The
polar
criminal
push?
thought he was locked inside the building, so he accepted his fate and started waiting for the cops to arrive until this happened. Yep, the door wasn't locked at all, and as demonstrated by the lady, all he had to do to escape was pull it open. Incredibly, despite the thief's stupidity, the police never publicly identified him. That's a shame. If he can't open an unlocked door, he'd have no chance of escaping a cell. Moving on,
That's
let's
true.
look at another criminal who was stupid enough to incriminate himself and act as his own star witness. Back in 1999, an English thief called Lee Hoskin decided to treat his girlfriend Vicky to a romantic date. But instead of catching a movie, the criminal couple decided to break into a car. After busting into a Vauxhall Astra, the duo found a film camera in the glove box, and they decided to snap some cute couple pictures to commemorate their crime. Then they took the car for a romantic joyride and crashed it before fleeing the wreckage and leaving the camera behind. The police soon discovered the car, and the photos and the self-incriminating selfies allowed them to track Lee down and charge him with car theft. Taking a selfie while committing a crime is incredibly stupid, but today there are cameras everywhere, and some thieves commit robberies without realizing they're being recorded.
True.
Is a piano-playing street performer from Athens, Georgia, whose performance in September 2023 ended on a sour note when a woman knocked his keyboard off its stand and instead of apologizing, stole money out of Andrew's tip jar. When Andrew uploaded the footage onto TikTok, it amassed millions of views, creating an online mob that identified the woman as Tamanesha Hurd, a felon with previous convictions for credit card fraud. As Tamanesha was bombarded with angry messages on social media, she released a public apology for her actions. However, Andrew still pressed charges against her for the crime, citing his viral video as evidence of theft. Tamanesha received a lot of backlash for her crime, but she isn't the only criminal who achieved viral fame for the wrong reasons. Back in
Honestly, that was pretty fricked up. She just up straight, knocked the keyboard down, stole the tip jar, and just left like she did nothing wrong. Yeah, no. Now I'd be pretty pissed too and actually sue her myself as well.
17, a Twitch user
Frick
called Tribate
her.
decided to shoot his first ever live stream while walking around LA. However, the stream soon became a collab when a thief snatched Tribate's phone. The petty thief thief's crime was live-streamed to Tribate's entire audience, meaning the thief technically committed a robbery with potentially thousands of witnesses. However, the police weren't able to identify the thief or recover Tribate's device, so the criminal's blunder went unpunished. Still, there's a silver lining to the story, as the clip of the robbery has garnered over 200,000 views on Tribate's Twitch account, making the content creator's first livestream a great success, even if he did lose his phone. Those thieves earned a load of attention online for their crimes, but this next criminal tried to form an in-person connection.
The fact that this kind of stuff happens, probably on a regular in most places, is honestly kind of disappointing. Because why? Why would someone need to steal or do this kind of stuff? I'll never understand.
While committing a robbery. In 2017, 3 men robbed a Shipley's donut store in Houston by clearing out the cash register and stealing the customers' cell phones. However, when they were done looting, one of the thieves tried to earn some goodwill by grabbing some donuts and offering them to the customers for free. The friendly felon handed out the donuts to clear his conscience, but I think the customers would rather have had their phones back. All that donut talk has got me hungry, and while we can't enjoy the satisfaction of knowing these crims were caught, as no public announcement was ever made confirming this, let's still stay on food and check out a stolen supper, which became its own punishment. This footage from Armadale, Australia shows a teenager trying to steal a pre-cooked spaghetti meal by hiding it in his pants. When the container split, dripping hot pasta down his leg, the kid had to quickly pull his pants down and toss the spaghetti before making his spaghetti away empty-handed. That kid's spaghetti heist was a total failure, but other hungry criminals are a bit more successful.
Huh?
This hungry thief was queuing up for a doner kebab when he decided to take his meal to go, by taking a bite of the meat while the server's back was turned and escaping with his cheeks full. That chomp and run isn't the only instance where someone has been caught on camera
Is
robbing
that
something that
really a
is
crime?
particularly valuable.
I don't know if that food thing was a crime. I mean, previous to, yeah. But I want to know. I don't see it. Oh, wait. Never mind, I see it. You gotta be kidding me. He just... That was it.
At first glance, it
Stole
looks
the
like
door?
this criminal is attempting to break into a house by destroying its gate. However, once the criminal ripped the gate off its hinges, he picked it up and ran away, presumably to sell it onto the black market gate enthusiasts, which I'm totally certain are a thing. The gate is one thing, but this next criminal stole something even less valuable. At first glance, there's nothing particularly stupid about this successful package robbery in Sandy, Utah. However, this home is owned by Elliot Morris, who runs a book club for prisoners in the local state prison, and this package was full of secondhand books that people had donated to the scheme. The only person the thief was stealing from was other criminals in prison, and the thief's haul was totally worthless. If only Elliot's package contained a belt. Let's move from that inspirational crime to a decidedly low-effort robbery as we check out a thief who didn't even bother to travel past his front.
This is... Wow. I am... Yeah, I'm seeing why the video is called this now. Because this is... Yeah. I'm getting a headache just thinking about all this stuff.
His front door. Robbing anybody is pretty stupid, but in 2022, a TikToker called Amanda caught her next door neighbor, who'd only moved in the day before, leaning out of his apartment and snatching her Amazon package. So much for first impressions, let alone love thy neighbor. After uploading her doorbell cam footage, Amanda explained that the apartment next door is actually owned by a local construction company that allows their employees to live there while working on jobs. This was this particular employee's first and last day in the building, as when his construction company saw the footage, they evicted and fired the criminal. The man had to move out less than 24 hours after he'd moved in, and according to Amanda, the package he stole contained a baby shark toy for her son, so he lost his job at home over a kid's plushie. What a stupid thief do-do-do-do, stupid thief do-do-do-do-do. Sorry about that, got a little carried away. We're meant to be exposing criminals, not committing
Nah,
crimes
it's
on
fine.
our own. Anyways, committing a crime while living in an apartment owned by your employer is pretty idiotic, as it allows
I
you
guess,
to
yeah.
protect your boss and figure out who you are. However, this next criminal made herself even more identifiable by committing a robbery while wearing her work uniform.
Did,
Hot tip, if you're a package thief, it might be useful to consider that doorbell cams exist, lugnut. Back in 2022, a TikToker called Vitali ordered a new MacBook Pro from Amazon, but when he went to collect the package, he found that it was missing from his doorstep. Vitali was confused until he checked his doorbell camera and discovered that the delivery driver had dropped the package off and taken a confirmation photo before stealing the MacBook and driving away. I've heard of Amazon Prime, but this Amazon crime delivery is a pretty terrible service. And when Vitali uploaded his doorbell footage onto TikTok, Amazon stated that they were going to work with the police to identify the thieving driver and deliver her straight to jail. That criminal's work uniform made her far more identifiable, but by contrast, some criminals go too far while trying to conceal their identity.
how too far? What the frick? Did what?
This footage from 2020
What?
shows the moment that a San Diego thief stole a package while wearing an inflatable T-Rex costume. Incredibly, this Steelosaurus Rex managed to grab the package with its little arms and escape before the Dino Law caught up and locked it up in Jurassic Park. The criminal's terrible choice in disguise was mocked online, but as the video went viral, it was revealed, sadly, to be fake. See, the
Okay.
clip is owned by a guy called Aaron Brown, and Aaron later admitted that he staged the doorbell footage and he's the one in the T-Rex costume. Aaron pretended to steal a package in the costume to entertain his family, and he never intended on purporting that the video was real. But you can't entirely blame folks for believing the insane footage. After all, some criminals wear disguises that are just as stupid as Aaron's Cretaceous costume.
I mean, not wrong.
From crossing the door.
Though I have to admit, that was. If that was true, I would be stunned that someone would actually go out of their way to wear a dinosaur costume just to steal something. Like, the heck? Why?
Russia proved this by painting his entire face green before snatching a woman's purse. The paint semi-successfully hid the crook's face from the victim, but when the cops arrived on the scene, they were able to immediately start searching the area for a man with a bright green face. Unsurprisingly, it didn't take the cops long to track the criminal down and catch him green-handed, as the utter dimwit seemingly hadn't thought quickly removing his extremely conspicuous disguise was all that important. He was swiftly arrested and the purse was returned. This arts and crafts criminal wasn't very crafty, but he's only one of many thieves who decided to get creative with their disguises. Back in 2009, two burglars from Carroll, Iowa decided to draw up a strange disguise by scribbling all over their faces with a Sharpie. The doodling duo attempted to break into a house in Carroll before giving up and escaping in a car. However, when the cops pulled their escape vehicle over and questioned the men, their hand-drawn disguises made it pretty clear that they were guilty of attempted burglary. The marker mask clearly didn't work, but 6 years later, a car thief seemingly decided to copy them by concealing his identity with a can of spray paint. This crime occurred in 2015
doesn't
when
sound healthy.
Secondary, California.
No, seriously, do not do that. Can spray paint is very toxic to the body, probably toxic to the skin, so don't do that. Never do that. That's like a quick way to get
chased the suspect into an apartment. After searching
I don't know,
the
some
building,
like
they found
cancer
him hiding in
for the face
backyard,
and
and
whatnot.
to their surprise, they discovered that he'd attempted to camouflage himself by covering his face with black spray paint. When the cops washed some of the paint off, they identified the criminal as a frequent offender called Jose Espinoza, and they found the keys to the stolen car in Jose's pocket. Well, how easy it was to pin the crime on this guy, the criminal basically painted his face for no reason. Next time you want to confess, Jose, say it. Don't spray it. Many criminals don't even make it as far as actually pulling off their intended crimes, and plenty of burglars fail at the very first hurdle. In 2017, a burglar from Handsworth, England, tried to break into a fried chicken restaurant by removing the kitchen's extractor fan and climbing through the hole in the wall. But he was left with an empty stomach as he got stuck in the hole for 7 hours until a passerby heard him shouting for help and called the police. Despite being trapped there all night, the police decided the criminal still hadn't served his time and arrested him for attempted burglary. The criminal's mishap was pretty embarrassing, but he's in good company. In 2010, a burglar tried to break into a home in Bow, England by climbing through an unlocked window. The criminal tried to break in at 2 a.m., but unfortunately, as he pushed his body through the tiny window frame, he got stuck. He stayed like this for 6 hours until the homeowner came downstairs for breakfast at 8 and found the intruder poking through his wall. Instead of eating his cereal, the homeowner called the cops and ate a delicious plate of justice as the burglar was arrested. Both of those criminals had to be rescued by the cops while committing their burglaries, which is painfully embarrassing. However, there are even more painful places to get trapped while committing a crime. Back in 2012, a thief stole somebody's iPhone on a subway train in New York before running into Canal Street Station and attempting to escape. However, as the thief headed for one of the station's metal turnstiles, a good Samaritan attempted to foil his robbery by holding it shut. This led the criminal to attempt pushing his way through against the metal bars. Despite the hilarious image, the thief's time behind bars was fleeting, and he did eventually manage to push through the turnstile and escape unpunished. But if you ask me, the embarrassment of criminals stupidly trying to fit through obviously tiny gaps and the evidence of that being exposed online for all to see is a perfectly suitable punishment all of its own.
I mean, I guess.
Well,
But I have to admit that was freaking dumb. Like, I can see why it's called Stupid Thieves Caught on Camera, because they really are dumb. I mean, we got people trying to break in through small gaps that they should not be able to try to be able to get through. We got people forgetting about security. We got people that are doing something that makes it so obvious that they are doing it in general. We got people leaving evidence behind left and right, and so on and so forth, that it is ridiculous. And it gives me a headache just thinking about it. I mean, it's good that they're caught, but it's so dumb for the reasons of why they are doing it and how they got caught. It is just ridiculous. The stupidity of it all. Anyway, I do hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Tell me what you think of this in the comment section below, because I think this is freaking dumb that this kind of stuff had to happen. And that people who claim to be thieves are the most dumbest people in this video. I guess that doesn't make sense. Just tell me what you think about how dumb these thieves are, because wow. Wow, they were either petty, dumb, left evidence around, and so on and so forth. It is just unbelievable. But yes, with this said, be sure to give BMA some love and support for the video he made. And yeah, with this all said, hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!